Hey my friends, it's Big Stu here. Thanks for hanging out with me once again. This is our Lego Volume 3 video. Sorry about last week. I was under the weather and I was sick and slept all weekend. So that's why we didn't have a video last week. But anyways, today it's not going to be a very long video. I say that every time I know. I'm wearing a Ghostbuster shirt. It's an old shirt. And but anyways, enough on that. So I picked up 2 of these. Here's the other one. I flatten it. When I'm done with a box, I flatten it and I store the boxes. I keep the books. I put them in a notebook, and or I keep the instructions and I put them in a notebook. But anyway, so I picked up 2 of these, and I do plan on making a larger armor. So let me show you this first. This is what it looks like put together. I'll bring it a little closer. So it's not very big. It's a little over 500 pieces. It was a fun build. It's a little bit redundant doing each of these. They're very similar and stuff. Plus it can spread out too. So, but anyways, this kind of gives you the look of what the initial concept is. Now you can change it. You can buy 2 of them and make them larger if you want to. What I'm doing now, still early stages. That's the one set, and this is, let me lift it up here. You can't see it. This is the other set, and I have it kind of spread out. And I'm going to kind of keep it similar in this style. This is on a glow-in-the-dark base plate. That is a non-Lego. It's I don't remember what brand it is. It's another brand. And I had to buy a couple of these for base plates because regular Lego base plates, the big ones, don't have connections on the bottom. And they're smooth underneath. And so when I needed to build my Avengers Tower, my own version early on, I needed big base plates that I could connect bottom and top. So I ended up buying from this company. I don't remember the name of it. Just got it on Amazon. And I came across that they had also glow-in-the-dark ones. And they really do work. They stay lit up for a while. And behind me, I use them on my back cave in the background. And this all glows in the dark at night in my back cave behind me. This color. So I decided to be cool, at least for the main floor, to have it glow in the dark. And so what I plan on doing is having this as the main floor. I'm going to extend a little bit and put some vehicles down there, as far as some of his hot rod expensive cars. Iron Man 1, he had those off to the side. They got crushed a little bit. And I've been wanting to do some of the new speed vehicles, but they don't really incorporate very well. And I have a couple cars from other sets. And I decided, well, that'd be fun. I can pick up a couple of speed vehicles, and I can just put them in Tony's garage off to the side that will be connecting to this. My plan is to take this and fill up a bookshelf, and the whole bookshelf off to the side. That'll be my Avengers Tower be over here. Then I'll have you can't see it's that way, but then the bookshelf that's right behind it, that's going to be his whole lab. Kind of a center on his lab. So it'll be long enough to fill, to fit inside the bookshelf. And I'm going to make this, I want to make this at least 2 stories, maybe 3 stories high. So, or levels. So above this, I'm going to put another level above it. And then I'm going to do maybe a half a level on top of that. I want to be able to fit both of his Hulkbusters suits in there. One maybe on the second and maybe one on the top. So I haven't decided. I have a bunch of Iron Man type of sets and things. I incorporated a lot of them. Let me see if I can do this. I incorporated a lot of them. I'm going to move this so it's going to be a little fuzzy. Or bouncy. I incorporated a lot of them into my Iron Man from my Avengers Tower. I've been taking it apart. But I've incorporated a lot of Iron Man stuff in there. So all this is going to come out and going to come into the new set. And I have stuff here. Probably this bookcase or bookshelf right here. I'm probably going to put Iron Man armor there. the armory, we'll probably go there. So let me bring this back. So, let's see. So anyways, so that will be my plan. So I'll be working on this. I am still working forever on my Teenage Mutant Ninja, my Teen Titans Tower. Right now, I just need a few more side panels, glass panels or clear panels. So when I come across those, I'll pick them up. Or next time I make an order maybe to China or something, I'll pick them up pretty cheaply there. And I'm going to probably do that probably in November or something, early December. I usually will order a bunch of stuff, $300 or $400 worth of Lego stuff and kits and different things, cheaper there towards the end of the year. But I usually try to do that once a year when I order something from China. Anyway, so I'm going to be working on this. Hopefully, maybe in 2 weeks around my next video, we come back to Lego, Volume 4. Then maybe this will be ready, or for Volume 5, it will be ready. So, but anyways, this is something I've been itching to want to do. And so we'll see how it goes. But all it was two of these sets. And Walmart, I think they're like $48, $47. You might be able to find them a little cheaper on sale. But we got two of these sets and everything. Now, another thing I did pick up. I'm going to move this over so I do not bump this. I'll move it over here. Another thing I did pick up is not Lego. We were out at the international malls or outlet centers or something a few weeks ago out off International Drive here in Orlando. And they had they had a whole bunch of, like a little kiosk. And they were selling these little Lego-like. They're not Lego, obviously. But they're, I'm trying to see the name of it. Called Gift Series. They're Wise Hawk is the brand. So it's Wise Hawk. And I picked up a little rocket because I like rocket. And it's Gift Series 2, they call it. And I will show it to you. It's been built. And I picked up a little Groot. They were selling these, I don't know, $12, $13 a piece. And they had two for $20. So I made them $10 a piece. So I went ahead and got these two. They had all kinds of characters. They even had them taller and bigger. As much as $150 sets. They were like a big, tall Venom, about this tall. But one thing about these, I had a problem putting them together because my big fingers, my Mickey Mouse fingers, and my son put these together for me. The pieces are so small and tiny. I mean, I'll try to get as close as I can. They're like the little micro ones. Every piece is tiny, tiny, tiny. And I just could not handle it and putting it together with my big fingers. They're just too big and chubby, I guess. And he was even frustrated on putting it together. So, and this is the rocket. Whoop, the base came off. So this is the Rocket Raccoon. So it's not as sturdy or as stable as Lego brand. But this is a competitor, obviously. And so they made the bricks much tiny and smaller. And they're all very small squares. And everything. So they stand well on the base. So they're kind of to compete against, Lego's brick heads. Do I have it over here? Yes. Bring it back here. I do have a brickhead Lego Rocket and Groot. So, this obviously is different compared to this style. And obviously. But, so I will be putting these together eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it. I have a handful of brickheads that I haven't put together yet. Anyways, and it's just something I'll do when I have nothing else to do. Brickheads I have to be in the mood for, as far as that goes. So that's something I picked up there. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about, it has been a rumor for a long time, but apparently it's been confirmed. There just came out a new series, and I think we talked about it. I'm trying to reach over here for it. And this was the latest series of the minifigures. And of these figures. Well, they're doing the next series. I can't remember if this is series 16. I can't tell if that's what this is. I guess edition 16. No, because there's 16 in this series. I'm trying to think of what series this is now offhand. This might be 18 or 19. They've been around for a while. But they're collectible minifigures. And so they've done some superheroes in the past. They've done 2 Batman Lego movie series, and they gave you a lot of interesting characters in them and so forth. Now they're doing in January is the next series. So this series that's currently now on the shelves just came out less than a month ago, maybe about a month ago, and but the next one will come out in January. In January is supposed to be DC Universe. They've announced that there's just pictures of, I guess, the sketches of it. We've seen Sinestro in his old uniform, blue and black. He's Sinestro's battles the Green Lanterns. He used to be a Green Lantern, and he's known now in his yellow head of the Sinestro Corps, which is the yellow Lantern suits, which is the Fear based. But anyways, this is his original suit years ago. So it's a little hokey outfit, but it's very retro. They have a Stargirl coming out, which is probably going to be pushing this. There's a Stargirl series going to be starting in 2020 on the DC Universe streaming service. There's also a Metamorpho figure, which is very weird and odd. Will be very unique, maybe what little pieces, because Metamorpho changes into different elements, and his body's composed of different elements, which is, he looks kind of like not very pretty, a little monster-esque type of a character looking. So it'll be interesting what kind of elements that they use for the figure, and it'd be neat if there's some extra attachments or whatever for him, because he can shape and change and so forth. Body can turn to gas, to rock, to liquid, all kinds of different things. And I think there was one more. Who else? Oh, Simon Baz, Green Lantern. And he's an interesting character for Green Lantern. They created him a few years ago. He's a Muslim Green Lantern, and he wears a mask. And so it's unusual. He has almost like a full hoodie mask on with mouth and eyes open. And it's very visual. I like his costume, his uniform, whatever you would say. So it'd be very nice to get him in the set. And so that's all. But before the end of, I'll probably talk about this a little bit closer. But probably by the end of October, early November, they will release probably the whole series, give you pictures of the DC, what they're doing. So I'm hoping we're not going to get but maybe 1 or 2 Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. I'm hoping we're going to get a lot of odd, different characters we haven't seen before. And it seems like it with Simon Baz is pretty cool to be added. I really want a Guy Gardner Green Lantern, so hopefully we can get one of those. There's also, I'm trying to think what else some other, Metamorpho is a very odd character too. So it'll be interesting to see, some of the odd characters that they give us instead of just, another Superman or another Batman. We've had a lot of those, but if it's, something really significant, new and cool, then I don't mind. I hope this leads the way down the road for Marvel to get their own little minifigure line, because that would be really cool to get some unique characters in the Marvel Universe that they haven't done yet. But anyways, so I'm excited about that, especially. That's it about as far as Legos go. There was just this weekend, Triple Force Friday, debuting a bunch of new Lego Star Wars. And there might be a few I might pick up. I have a small shelf that has just a few small sets of Star Wars. And mainly some Han Solo, the Bounty Hunters, Boba Fett, and Bosk, and a few of the Bounty Hunters is what I have in my set that I got. But there's a couple other ones that look kind of interesting. And I might pick a couple and dedicate maybe a shelf. I have a high shelf way up there. And maybe I might put some Star Wars or something in there. Years ago, my son and I used to do the Star Wars, and he was really big in the Star Wars. I probably mentioned this one of my greatest moments with my son, as far as us doing things together and great memory, was when we put together the Millennium Falcon ship. That took us several days, and we just spent time on the floor in the living room putting it together. And then when it was bedtime, it was like, but we came back and did it the next day. So we did a little bit at a time. I think it took us a couple of days, maybe longer than a couple of days. But we had such a great time. He was a lot younger, so he helped me a little bit here and building small sections, and we connected them and stuff. But it was really, really cool. And he was really big into Star Wars, so we had all the Star Wars then. And then I ended up, as he got a little older, he wasn't so much in Star Wars. And so we ended up trading them and selling them and things like that. I wish I had those and kept those. We also had the original Harry Potters, and then he grew out of those, and those are worth a fortune now. And of course, Harry Potter's coming back now. So they look like a lot of great fun builds and everything. I've enjoyed the movies, and I read the books when I was younger. And a little younger, I guess. I wasn't a kid, obviously. But I've enjoyed, the builds were really fun because I like buildings and I like the sets and things like that. And so that lends to a lot of castle and different types of things and all. And so if I had the room, I would build it, but I don't have the room. I just have room for my town, my superheroes, and that's about it. And so one day I'll convince Mrs. Kuhn to let me have another room, and then can expand into another theme. But right now I'm content. I'm happy with my superheroes and my Lego town. So if I haven't got anything new for next video, then I will show you a little bit of my town. I'll probably maybe show you the Batcave. Some of you haven't seen my Batcave in a while. I can give you a closer look of the Batcave. And over here, Arkham Asylum, which I have over here too. So I know that's hard to see, and you're probably wondering, I wish the guy would just move so I can see what's behind him. But anyway, so that's why I pause coming in the video and pause when I leave the video, so you have a chance to freeze it or look around a little bit. But I will, upcoming video, show you some sections, some things. I am rearranging, trying to do things constantly. Never seem to have enough time to work in my Lego room. As a teacher, I'm always busy doing something, or at the end of the night, I'm tired. And, usually in the fall time, things settle down a little bit more, then I'm able to spend more time on the Legos and stuff. But I do definitely want to rearrange a bunch of different things and move things around and stuff. So thanks for hanging out with Big Stu. Like I said, our next video I haven't said yet, will be comics and pops. I did pick up some more Jim Lee collection. I got a Joker and a Flash, which is pretty cool. I did get a new Joker pop from the new 52 Joker. And I don't know if I got another one or not. I know I showed Korg last time. And I will definitely be talking about X-Men, because the X-Men book will end in next week of the miniseries, and then it launches into a regular series. So I do want to talk about the X-Men miniseries, House of X and Powers of X, or Powers of 10. I do want to talk about that next week, give you my final thoughts. So far, I am loving it. It's like the first book I read every Wednesday. Sometimes I read it in my car as soon as I get it. So I'm definitely a big fan of Hickman's X-Men run. But anyway, so I will talk to you later. Thank you, my friends, for hanging out with me for 19 minutes. And so it is a little sooner, or a little shorter, I guess, than my normal long-winded stuff. So I will catch you later, my friends. Be kind to each other. Bye. And I'll get out of the way so you can see behind me. Okay, take a look. It's going 1, 2, 3. Bye.